Hey everyone. So you have an assignment that you're going to see called Knowing the Library Databases. And I need to guide you through a few things so that you're able to quickly accomplish this assignment. So the directions go like this. Number one, view my lecture, which you are doing at the moment. At the following link, and you see I don't have a link in there right now, but I will put it in there as soon as I'm done with this lecture. And number two, in the text box, write out a few sentences that would explain to someone new to research databases how they would navigate from landing on the South website to finding their way to the databases. This is just going to be a couple of sentences in which you explain what I am explaining in this video. And number three, pick one article of your chosen subject that you find in CQ Researcher, which is one of the databases that I'll go over, and one article from opposing viewpoints. In the text box provide the following: the title and the author of each of those articles, the link, and I want you to read into the article for at least 2 or 3 paragraphs and then write out a couple of sentences about how each of those articles can provide you information for your essay, or at least provide you some ideas for keywords to use to research further on the topic. All right, so the first place I'm going to go to share with you is the South Mountain homepage website. And here you see it. And to get to the library, scroll down a little bit and you'll see here over on the left all these blue items in blue font. One of them is library. Click on that. And then you see the library's homepage. And you'll see in the middle right here, one of the ones you can click on is databases. Do that. And here we have the lists of all the databases that are available. And there's even Chilton Auto Repair Library, may come in handy for some of you. Now, what is a database? Basically, a database is an online place where they have compiled all of the articles, sources that are relevant to sometimes very specific areas. For example, under A, you can see African American experience, African Indian, American Indian experience. So those would be very, very narrow articles about, the history and culture of African Americans, American Indians. Now, the ones that we're going to look at, much more of a general nature. Here's the CQ Researcher. This is one of the ones that I referred to in the assignment. You can see that in the blue next to it that is one of the popular ones. So I'll click on CQ Researcher, and this is what it looks like. What you're going to principally look at is the search bar right here, because this is where you can start into one of the topics that, or rather the topic that you have chosen to explore and to write about. So let me look under marijuana legalization, because I think there were a couple of people in the class who expressed an interest in doing that. When I click on it, I've got what's called a short report on marijuana legalization. That seems like it would be a really good one to click on, especially if I'm looking for some overview of the topic. Medical marijuana, go down here to legalizing marijuana. So some good ones to look at as far as, writing about the topic. defending your thought that marijuana should be legalized, or I don't know, there may be somebody in the class who is against marijuana being legalized. Okay, let's go back to the databases, and let me scroll down here to another one that will be very valuable to you, I have a feeling, in your college experience, and that is, it's actually the only one under O, opposing viewpoints. I hope I didn't mistakenly refer to it last week as pro-con, the pro-con database, but essentially that's what it is you can see some items that are for a particular stand on a topic or against it. So let's again go to the search bar here. We'll do the same thing, marijuana legalization. Oh, there it is right on top. Okay, click on that. Usually if you see a drop down like this after you start typing, you can see a lot of the keywords that people recently have put in, and sometimes that's really helpful to you. So let me click on that first one, marijuana legalization, and we get a lot of things here. The effect of medical marijuana laws on crime. That seems like a very detailed one. Why do so many Americans now support legalizing marijuana? It seems like it would be a good one to look at. And notice here, you can see that you can actually see how many words the article has. Now, you know, obviously I don't recommend looking for the articles that have the shortest number of words for you to read. But, you know, if you get one into the range of 8,000 words, that's probably not one that you're going to explore for the sake of reading or writing an 800-word, 850-word essay in English 101. So you want to be reasonable about that, right? Here's another one that says there would be many negative effects from marijuana legalization. Now, even if you were someone who was pro legalization, this would be a very good one to look at, because one thing that you're thinking about is, what would my opposition bring up and how would I have an answer for that? So if I looked at that one, I would see, you know, well, those people who are against legalization, why are they against it? And maybe I can get a few ideas on how to respond to that. And that's your refutation. Don't forget, you need refutation in the essay. Okay, and finally, just kind of looking over all of the databases again. Psychology, that would be an important one if you ever have a paper to write in a psychology class. But otherwise, I think you stick with the big ones, and that will certainly help you in getting some background for any topic that you're going to write about. Okay, I think from there, the directions are pretty straightforward. I'll end on that note. And if anybody has any questions, make sure you let me know. The assignment is due by Sunday night. And oh, by the way, the final draft for Essay 3 is also due by Sunday night. Again, if you have any questions, let me know by email. Thanks, and have a great weekend, everyone.